Selling technology solutions does not come naturally to a lot of folks, me being one of them. But what I am good at doing is understanding what a business owner's problem is and translating that into a need on our end. And then I rely very heavily on my technicians to come up with that right solution. I kind of act as the go-between, right? I'm managing my team behind the scenes, I'm helping create the solution, but then I'm translating that into a business need for the customer. And then just being the face of the company. You know, you are the conductor of the orchestra. You're keeping your clients happy, you're keeping your employees happy, and you're the go-between between both of them. And that's a really important part of the job.
Very interesting. I was out to dinner with a good friend of mine, a mutual friend. We were out to dinner just talking about what we were going to do with our lives in the future. And this particular guy was very excited about TeamLogic franchises. And he said, you know what? They need help with marketing there. I'm going to connect you with the president of Chuck Lennon. And typical to this guy's form, we're out to dinner. He dials Chuck's number and he says, Chuck, I'm talking to one of the best marketing guys in the country. So Chuck hired us, my agency, to do some work with TeamLogic, and I fell in love with the story. I fell in love with the basic premise of TeamLogic, being a proactive IT services company. And about a month into it, I was having trouble with my network, and I thought, gee, I'm going to find out if there's a TeamLogic in the Boston area. And I think it was about 2 months later, we opened a TeamLogic in the Boston marketplace. My son Andy, second oldest, came to me. He was very frustrated with where he was working. He was working for a multi-billion-dollar US company, and he was excelling in sales. And Andy was doing so well that the older guys stole his computer one day and said, go home, go golf, you're killing us, kid, you're making us look bad. Andy came to me and said, I want to work hard, I want to make a lot of money for my effort. Do you have any ideas? I said, why don't you come to work for TeamLogic?
So I had the opportunity to potentially leave an industry where my income potential may be plateaued at some point, to go to an industry that was about to be very hot. This was 2007. Managed services was a very new concept in the greater Boston area, and so I took a leap of faith at the end, about the fall of 2007, to join my dad here at TeamLogic IT about 6 months after they opened, and haven't looked back since.
Boy, I got to tell you, biggest change in the history of the company. Andy has come aboard, grown significantly personally, so the future of this franchise is Andy Hackett. So the selling point for me was really based in a backstory. It was based in the frustration of not being able to find good, solid IT professionals who were nice people. And I thought if we take the blend of terrific technology to remotely monitor networks and prevent problems and blend it with service-oriented people, led by a group of true professionals at TeamLogic Corporate, then it was a winning formula. It's service first. We're famous around here for telling our team, fix the customer first, fix the network second.
Small businesses rely heavily on technology, and we're an asset to them. We are an extension of their company. And so when the phone rings and a small business is down who's a customer of ours, it's our job to re-triage our day to make sure that they can get back up and running as fast as possible. You know, you can come in and have 3 sales appointments scheduled that day, and your day may change very quickly based on client needs, client emergencies, employee needs. And so that's all part of owning a small business. And what's rewarding about that is that you can make a direct impact on people's lives, not just your own employees, but customers who are running their businesses. So we look at organized chaos as a blessing, but at the end of the day, it's very rewarding, and I wouldn't change it for anything. Franchise Services has a history of success in the franchising business. That is an attractive thing to be a part of, and having a lifeline to those folks who have had experience in our industry for 20, 30, 40 years is something that we'd never have on our own.
I mean, TeamLogic has done a fabulous job of growing nationally. Our peers that run other TeamLogics couldn't be more kin, if you know what I mean. We seem to present a very constant image of care for our clients, and I think that's important. So as the brand grows, so goes the growth of our location.